Hello all, Seriously is here, and today we are going to do a little bit of a tips and tricks freighter build, how to build on your freighter sort of thing. There's lots of things we can cover, lots of things people have asked me from my freighter tour videos, and I've seen asked in other people's live streams as well that haven't been covered, so we're going to start with something that hasn't been covered widely, and it's a very basic thing. You don't need to know how to do anything for this. Somebody asked me, how do I get these doorways like this? How do I get a doorway like that between rooms? Why is this room open to each other with no doorways? And there's a doorway here, and then why are these rooms open? Well, first of all, these rooms that we are standing in are legacy parts. If you have a new save, you will not have access to these parts in specific. However, we still can get the same effect going on with the new parts, and we'll show you how to do that. Let's do that first thing. No glitch building knowledge needed for this part. We are on my oldest legacy save just because we need the space in the freighter to show you where to build. My other freighter is very built up at this point. Front to back, it is filled. We're going to have to go up and down on that freighter soon. All right, so the key here, as you can see, this is a legacy parts tab. These tabs are separate from each other, and the rooms they make are separate from each other. So in here, we have the technology expansion room. If we make a room here connected to a legacy room, there will be a doorway between it. If we keep making expansion rooms, there will be no doorways between these rooms here at all, but there will be between different sections. So if on the other side of this, we were to go back into the build menu and go to, doesn't matter which one of these tabs, let's go to this one and do a biological expansion room. There will be doorways between this section and that section, all right? Empty doorways with no doors in them. You can add doors to these doorways if you so choose, or you can leave them as open archways like that. But that's how you get doorways between sections. You use different rooms. And for example, if you want to do, let's say, what rooms have we got in here? Any of these rooms will have the same height floor as the room we just built, the technology expansion room, and they will connect without doors. So if we want to build, say, I think you can only build one of these per base. Fleet command rooms, we can build more of those, it doesn't matter. We can connect this to this room. And let's delete the rooms we just made over there. Build camera helps me a lot, actually. So we are entering the deletion mode. Oh, I don't want to pick it up. No, let's just let go. Let's delete it. Delete. We don't need these guys over here for now. What we want to do is have this room surrounded by open rooms. So we will copy the expansion room. I think I put that one too far away. There we go, yeah. Delete. There we go. So we have a specialty room in the middle of a bunch of other similarly sized rooms with no doorways. Creates a nice open effect, has your stuff centered in the room if you want. Something I recommend, until they give us the ability to change the angle on this, is your teleport chamber room has your teleport chamber on an angle. So what you want to do, in my opinion, is put it in the corner of a room. Oh, hey, it does say I can build one of these. All right, so here's an example then. Let's delete this corner room. And if I can get back to the build menu, there we go. Put that in the corner. And then we'll get rid of this one in the middle. Copy that room and put it in there. There you go. So now you have a teleporter in the corner of a room. Nicely facing the rest of the room. That looks okay too. So that's another tip and trick. Simple, basic building stuff. No glitch building knowledge required for that. Another thing we can cover regarding that is positioning things outside of rooms. So we are going to need a door here. Let's put a door right here. Just so we can get outside of the ship. We're going to stand right here and we're going to go into build camera. Unfortunately, I cannot help you with the controls. Sorry, if I can get a centered screen here at all. At the top of the screen, you can see I have a menu. It says move, colors, duplicate, delete, toggle, camera build, toggle wiring. You're going to have the same menu, and depending on what platform you're on, you'll have different buttons it's telling you to press. I don't know the buttons for different consoles. I don't know what Steam Deck or Xbox or PlayStation say to use there, but you should have the same menu. So if you hear me saying in a little bit, because we're going to go over some complicated stuff in a little bit, if you hear me saying to press the C key, well, that would be the toggle edit build button. You're going to have to look at what your menu says for that. If you see or hear me saying hit Q, that's toggle wiring. I'm going to hit B now for toggle camera. There we go. That's not what should have happened, is it? Oh, we were already in build camera. All right, we're in build camera. Let's delete these rooms we made. We don't need these. Delete. We're going to actually want maybe one of them. Let's get our resources back for now. Another way to get your camera outside of the ship, but the reason we built that doorway first, is to delete the room that your camera is in if you are in build camera. Let's leave that one with the door. There, now we're outside of the ship with our camera, but the only way to get back in would be to exit build camera, so the B button on PC, or to fly through a doorway. Boop, boop, there you go. So, something we can consider is that we can build stuff on the floor out here. We can walk on the floor out here. Now, if you want something, say, a light to shine up through your floor, you can get something very bright, like a candelabra bloom, and you can put it down on the floor here. No glitch building needed. This is going to create a little bit of light through the floor, and maybe, you know what we can maybe do, is we can point up at the top of the floor, and we will hit the V key for toggle free placement up at the top middle-ish on the right-hand side, and that'll let us place it on the bottom of the floor here. So let's exit build camera, B. That'll bring us back to us. Let's see how that looks in that room over there. Look at that. Just one bulb sticking through the floor. So that's, and look how bright the room is. Let's get out of, that's much brighter than, say, if we were to build one of those over here. We don't want it to connect. We want to see the difference. Regular dull gray. Very bright white. So you probably don't want to put it that close unless you want stuff sticking through the floor, but that's how you do that. Nothing, no glitching required for that one either, just some placement options. Now let's get into some basic glitching. We're going to cover color glitching. How to get the colors from, say, these rooms here. So if I go to the build menu and if I hit the C button, if you look at the bottom of my screen, there's a couple of options. We can select a part by picking one with our cursor. We can go back, which exits build menu, or we can hit C button, which edit place parts. I'm hitting that all the time. C button for edit place parts. Now I want to hit build camera. Now I want to hit, while I'm in edit mode, I want to hit the G button. Up at the top there, it'll say colors. It's the second option. This color menu here, look at all these options. Look at these very bright options. These are on the legacy parts. These are on parts like lots of the stuff in this menu. If you have purchased all of these items in the anomaly, the locker, you can get all of those. Go to the color options for the locker. They're all there. Boom. There's a blue locker. Right? So the problem is the new parts don't have those options. If we build a technology expansion room, or if we go into edit mode again, C button, and we edit the colors of this room with the G button, look at these. I mean, there's some nice options in there, but we don't have everything we want. We have that blue, but that's not the same as this blue. So a way to get a very, very simple glitch you can do, doesn't even require timing your mouse button presses or anything like that. Just learned this one from Beeblebum. Go into this menu here, and you're going to want one of these glitches that you can change the color on. Any of the number glitches, this white border decal, this white design decal, I'm pretty sure a lot of them actually let you change color, but they don't actually show the effect. These ones show the effect. So you can see we are on blue right now, right? This will be the color it comes in on, white. if we want to change the color of this room here, we put our decal on the room, so you can see it on the wall of a room. We open up our color menu with the G button. Now we press the C button, or whatever the edit button is for your console. And as you can see, the room has gone dark. Now we will pick our color. Let's pick this bright purple that isn't available in the other room, in the other color section. Now let's back out. And as you can see, that room went purple. So a very, very simple process for getting the old colors onto the new items using that decal. You can reverse the process and get the new colors onto old items by, how do we do this? If I remember correctly, we just need to put the item behind it. So if, for example, we want that locker to be a different color, what we're going to do is move that in front of a different room. Okay, so we will pick it up, move. I'm going to put it right here. I am going to, how do I do this? I'm going to move the room. Okay. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to place it behind the locker, but so that my cursor is in front of the locker. Now I'm going to edit the colors, and we're going to pick something that isn't available on the regular ones that's going to show up and be noticeably different. Let's try teal and pink. But what we want to do is the same thing as before. Before we pick our color, we're going to hit the C button, or the edit. Is that not working? Okay. Colors, pick. Oh, I think we do have to do, before we have to do the edit version. There's a way to do this, I am positive. Let's see. Maybe it has to be something with the new colors that can be placed on the ground. We'll see, we'll see. So we want to place this, we want to edit. We want to go to, whoops. No, we want to go to edit mode, there we go. We want to go to colors, edit mode, pick our color. No, that didn't work. I'm going to have to look into that. There is a way to get the new colors onto old parts as well. It might only work for rooms. Let's try it with a room. Yeah, that might be the ticket. So we want to edit the colors of one of these old rooms to teal and pink, right? Now we want to edit the color of one of these rooms. So what we're going to do is go into our edit mode, colors, pick C, edit mode. No, we're not going to get to touch that room. How do we do this? I can't figure it out. We're going to ignore that. We're going to continue on. We got lots more to go, and it's even more complicated than this from here on out. So let's get into size glitching if you want to change the size of something. And this is going to get into adjacency glitching, universal adjacency glitching. It's the same technique. All the next couple steps are a universal adjacency glitch. So let's go over that. Let's get into build camera and go outside for a moment. Give us some space here. Do we have any light? Too bad we can't adjust the time of day. No, we don't have any light up here. Oh well, oh well. So let's say we go over to this tab. And we'll go all the way to the bottom where these things are. I like to use the emergency heater. If you don't have these from Derelict Faders, you can use anything you can scale. The light table scales, lots of things scale. So pick something that you can change the size of and the color of if you want a color glitch. You can color glitch this way as well. This is a surefire way to get your colors onto old stuff is universal adjacency glitching. It copies the size and the color of the part you picked. So place one of them, and as you can see, we can change the size with the R and F keys on PC. So if we want to make a really tiny something, we can do it like this. Make something really small. If we want to make something super duper big, make it a big one. Might be a good idea if you've got a dark area to work in to pick something that has its own light source that can be scaled. That might help. But this also has a nice, it doesn't snap, but it has a nice facing, so you can see which way the front is. I find that helpful as well. So now what we want to do is find a part that we want to change the size of that we normally can't change the size of. Let's see, what do we have? Can we change the size of this manually? Part cannot be resized. All right. So if we want a giant one of these or a tiny one of these, this is how you're going to do that. Okay, we want to be in edit mode. We want to pick up the part, or we want to copy the part. I'm going to copy the part just so we have it on the ground in case we fail our glitches here. Now the thing you are going to want to do is press the Q and the C button at the same time, the toggle wire and the toggle edit build button. I find it's a little bit helpful if you're in front of another part, and that way you can see if you've succeeded or failed at doing it. So we're going to try that now, and I've succeeded because that part is now blue and highlighted. That means I have put this part into my cache, and it is the item that it is going to switch to when we undo our wire mode. But right now, without doing anything else, we are going to copy this large, super large one we made. We're going to find somewhere to place it. This is going to get very big, so let's place this somewhere open. And we are going to press the Q button at the same time as we click our place wire button. So we're going to exit build mode at pretty much the exact same time. This is where we're going to get into difficult timing, and you are going to have to play with the timing here to get this down pat. I am not down pat. We're probably going to fail here. We failed. We placed the giant item. Okay, so we back out of this, we delete our giant item. Whoops. There we go. We try again. Go to this mode, go to edit, pick it up, put it into the cache. We did not succeed. I'm in wire mode. So we exit wire mode and we try again. There we go. I succeeded. Maybe that's far enough away. Press Q and click at the same time. No, I failed again. Come on, fingers, do the timing thing that I'm asking you to do. There we go. Pick that one up. There we go. There is a giant holodeck room. That could be useful, but maybe you want to put one of these on a counter or something. So let's try a small one. Let's back out, edit mode. We're going to pick up our original one again. Put it into the cache. Pick up our tiny guy here, and we're going to do the same thing. And we failed, of course. What are we? There we go. Okay. Pick this up. And there we go. There's a tiny one. That's as tiny as that can get. It can't get tinier without mods. But you can do this on any console. So that's how you Universal Adjacency Glitch for size. And if we had picked a color, and if this part could take color, it would have applied the color as well. So you can change colors that way. That's how you can get that done. Now, somebody asked me how you get this room without changing the size. Let's get in edit mode and delete all our stuff, clean up our mess. How do you get this merged into a stellar extractor room? Well, you use the Universal Adjacency Glitch. So what we're going to do here is we're going to build a stellar extractor room. Where is that thing? Not a stellar extractor room, a scanner room. That's the one. That's why I couldn't find it. I was looking for the wrong room. So actually we're going to build this one out one. And we are going to delete that, and we're going to pick one of our new rooms, technology expansion room. Why not? And we're going to put that there instead. Okay, so what we want to do is have a snap point with this, so we can just move this for now, or copy it, and we'll move one out here. We'll have two of them for the moment. We're going to delete the one in the middle. This is where we want our room to go. Let's go back to that item, that cool thing, holographic chart. Put one on the ground. We're going to need to probably copy this over and over again because we're going to fail. Now we're going to put this into our cache, same way we did before, Q and C buttons at the same time. And we failed. There we go. Now what we want to do is pick up a room that will snap to where we want it to go. And we want to place our extractor room, our thing, snapped to where this room is centered. And we failed. Q, back out. I like to back out all the way to the menu just to make sure things are starting from scratch. You don't necessarily have to do that with every stage if you fail. For example, you don't have to start it all the way over again if you fail at putting it into the cache. No, not the way I attached the wire. Let's back all the way out. There we go. Edit mode, copy, cache, copy, place. Now that is snapped right at the same center point as this room would be. So what we're going to do is just pick this room up and place it there. Now if we were to, for example, copy this room and place some, did we copy it? E, copy, copy, and we'll place it all the way around. Whoops. Let's get out of build camera and we'll go take a peek at that room. There we go. I think that looks pretty cool. So we have a stellar extractor. You can still use it. It has the planetary globes in, I think, green are the ones from the planetary probe room, and the ones in blue are from the hologram room. But it has both. So it's extra globes in your planetary probe room. That's how you do that one. All right, what is next? Okay, we're into the most super duper complicated stuff. We're gonna go way over time here to get this stuff done. How do you get sideways floors? All right, well, we're going back outside for this stuff. Build camera. For this, you are gonna need to learn how to wire glitch, and wire glitching is a lot more complicated than what we've just been doing. Oh, that is not what I wanted to press. Although I can delete that locker now. That's fine. I want to go into build camera. I want to delete all these extra rooms. We don't need any of these. Get my resources back here. I might build this saves freighter up in a bit, but not right now. There we go. Okay, so let's start with some flat floors, some regular sized floorings. This is going to be the thing we're using pretty much all day today. Let's start with a 3x3 area. Whoops. Okay, so we are going to want to be in, edit mode is correct. Let's delete that middle one. We're going to need to use, this is how I like to do it. There are various ways to do it, but you are going to need, absolutely, this part here unlocked, the short range teleporter. So let's put one of these on the ground. We're going to put that into our cache using the technique we just learned, Universal Adjacency Glitch. We're going to copy one of those floors and we're going to glitch our teleporter in, hopefully. There we go. We glitched the teleporter in, and the way it's facing is important. So you can't just place this on the floor and use it wherever you want. That's going to create a bad effect, a twisted piece for sure. So let's not do that. We can delete this one now. Might be a bad idea. We can copy this floor and put the floor back in now. That's fine, doesn't matter. The next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to want a room. Let's use a new room. In fact, let's use a corridor. Where are the corridors? They're in here, aren't they? Freighter corridor. And we're going to snap that right there, centered up with that line. We can do it on either side. It doesn't matter which side we're doing it on, as long as it's in line with the wire spot on the back of the teleporter. Okay? And we're also going to put another room up above it. Then what we're going to do is go to the door piece. We're going to put one of these on the side of the room just to have it to copy for later in case, because we're going to be doing some deleting. Now, similar to the Universal Adjacency Glitch, we're going to do the wire glitch, and that is to have the part you want selected and snapped to the area you want, and then you are going to press the Q button at the exact same time as you press the place button. So build, second option there is my left mouse button, and Q for the last option, toggle wiring at the same time. And that's going to get us a wire connected to that snap point right there. Now, on a freighter, you can't use wires. We can't place wires at all, but I do have a wire here. It's just not going to let me snap it. So what we do is press cycle part. The first option there, E. I want to go to this. I don't want a byte beat cable. I want a teleport cable. And we are going to snap it to there. And that works. So we have a point here and a point there. Now what we're going to do is exit out of that. We're going to go to Edit, copy our door. We're going to snap a door up here and do a wire glitch as well. Did that work? Yes, it did. We're going to cycle part, and we're going to connect it to there. Now, in theory, we have our, that should be all we need to do. Let's get out of here. We're going to copy this room and move it one back, and we're going to exit and delete this room. And we still have our wire here. You can still see a floating blue wire, right? Teleport cable. Now what we're going to do is copy one of these, right? Got that there. We're going to go into wire mode. So I'm in wire placement mode. Am I? Why can't I see my wire? Let's get out of here. Let's pick this item. And let's go into wiring. There, I can see my wire thing here, right? Now we're going to cycle part over to teleport cable. We're going to find that snap point, connect to it, and we're going to reverse wire glitch. So we're going to click at the same time we exit wire mode. So place wire and leave wire mode, and there we go. We got our sideways floor. Simple as that, nice and straight, not twisted, and we can just snap these floors to it now. Now there's some even more complicated techniques. As you can see, we can't snap a floor down here. What's going on? Why can't we do that? Why can't we snap? It's red. It won't let us place. It's out of base limits. However, what we can do is place a room there, technology expansion room. And I think that looks pretty cool because it gives us some vents. Let's rotate that. Look at those vents. That's pretty cool. Pretty swish, as they may say. And then you just reverse the process, get rid of your teleporter, get rid of your middle floor, and you put your teleporter in facing this way to do those walls. As I already said, we could do the walls over here without moving our teleporter. So if we want walls on this side, we would do it the same way. And then you would face your teleporter, well, as you're facing your teleporter this way or that way, you would probably do both sets of walls, right? Something I saw Beeblebum doing very recently, which I thought looked super duper duper cool using these advanced techniques, was to place another floor inside that floor. So let's see if we can do that real quick. Build camera. So let's copy this and make a taller wall here. Actually, let's just do a 3x3. That should be all we need. And yeah, we'll leave those, doesn't matter. So let's delete this floor. Or no, yeah, we're gonna delete it. Let's go on to here. Where's our stuff that we need? There it is, there. In this tab here, you should, if you've purchased it, have access to a light box. We're gonna place one on the floor. We're gonna put it into our cache. We're gonna copy a floor. We're gonna snap it there. Now we can snap a floor tile here, one out. Now we can pick a platform and put that into our cache. Yeah, now we're gonna copy one of those. Oh, that didn't work. What did I do? I placed the cube. All right, we're gonna delete that. I'm going to try this again. What do I want to do? Copy one of these, put it into the cache, copy that. That didn't work. Anyway, you can adjust your height and place another floor further in, and then have that going down on the inside for an extra support beam or stuff like that. There's some super advanced techniques. We're not going to get super into it right now. Again, I learned all of this from BeebleBum. Pretty much everything I've ever learned is from BeebleBum, and I've seen a lot of other builders too, Pharaoh, Kale, APG, teach me tons of stuff. I can put some links in the description if you want to learn from even more advanced builders who have tutorials for just this specific stuff. But this is specifically how to do stuff people have asked me that I did on my freighter builds, and I thought we would cover all of the major stuff we did. Did I miss anything? Scanner room holodeck, sideways floors, doors between rooms, color glitching, size glitching, everything I really wanted to cover. Oh yeah, positioning of stuff underneath. We got pretty much all. Something that you might want to get is one or some of these things down here, glitch decorations. Check this out. You can put these under floors. They don't show through, but the light they emit does. Really cool effect there. Talking about positioning of stuff under floors or outside of rooms. Yeah, that's about it. That's the tutorial that I have for how I did my freighter build. And it's not too complicated, but there's some very complicated techniques, especially the timing of when you click to do various stuff. That's going to take you the longest to learn. But once you get it down, you're going to be, I can't believe how easy this is. Now it's just about my creativity and picking what I want to build and finding the parts to fit and playing around. Playing around with it once you get the techniques down is what you got to do. But that's been it for today. Till next time, everybody, have a good time.